knowledge. That's how kinesiology grew. So, we do that because one of the fundamentals of kinesiology is what we call the whole health approach. And the whole health approach we call the B's. And that stands for biochemical. So what we would look at as a kinesiologist in the biochemical realm. So let's just backtrack. All of our symptoms and conditions can come from one of or all of 1, 2, 3, or 4 of these realms. Let's go through them first. So, if you've got symptoms, or you just want to be, fully healthy, we need all of these realms to be working properly. So, our realms are the biochemical, the electrical, the emotional, and the structural. So, our biochemical, at basic level, what am I eating? So, this would be food. And what am I exposed to? So, biochemically, what is going into my body that it doesn't want? What should be going into my body that it wants? So this would be supplements. And then what can't I control in the environment? So we address all of that in the biochemical. And we do corrections through the biochemical realm. Then we've got the electrical realm. So, basic level, our body works by electricity. So our brains work by electricity, our muscles fire by electricity. So the electrical realm is very much how the body works. So we're going to be using tools and techniques that help stimulate the electrical. So in the electrical, it could be things like acupuncture meridians. So we don't use needles, but we use acupuncture points and the meridians. We make sure people are hydrated, because that's how our brains work. So we do tests for hydration. What else do we do electrically? Oh, we do a load of learning, things like educational kinesiology, making sure the brain is integrated and working electrically. So brain gym came from kinesiology. We learned that on foundation course. Meridians, yeah. Educational kinesiology. Neurovascular. So yeah, we're going to come on to neurovascular points. So there are points that we hold, which stimulate blood to go to the muscles to get them switched on. There are neurovasculars. They're an electrical point. We're going to demonstrate all of this. We've got emotional. So things we can have symptoms that stem from the emotional realm, and also our symptoms can cause emotions. So we have all of that going on. So we have loads of emotional techniques. We teach one of the most, the old college where I trained, they always said that the cost of the foundation course was worth it for a technique called emotional stress release alone, because that is huge. We still use it every session. Every session, emotional stress release, because everyone's emotional and stressed. So we use a load of techniques. Because everyone is emotionally stressed because of the pandemic, financial pressure, social pressure, relationship pressure, social media. Anybody who kind of thinks that they don't have any issues in their emotions usually have the biggest issues in their emotions, which as kinesiologists we can help them to start to peel that onion. What other techniques we do in foundation for emotions?
Using these other past, future.
Oh yeah. Yeah, so we do all sorts of like past trauma work. Fantastic, huge emotional stuff. And then we come on to structural, which actually is a huge topic in kinesiology. But we are looking at posture, we're looking at muscle correction, so switching those muscles on. We're working on, not only do we work on these things called neurovasculars, we work on lymphatic points for muscles to switch them on. So we learn the neurolymphatics and how to rub them. Neurolymphatics, which I always thought was quite barbaric, it can be quite painful, but you know, you're doing something really good. And some very specific muscle corrections. So there's all this stuff, these tools that we have. When someone comes in and goes, oh, I'm getting some headaches, we're going, firstly, I wonder which realm. Could that be, you know, food intolerance? Could that be, sensitivities? Could that be, what's going on? Oh, that didn't spell at all. What's going on? Our brains start going, what's going on? And then we start to tune in and listen to the body by actually doing the muscle testing. So we work with all of these lovely things, which we learn on the foundation course.